Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike here, and you know what? I had something happen to me tonight that I thought would make a fantastic story. So here we're gonna jump into it. The Halo's just background gameplay. Anyways, let's get into the story. All right. So I was laying in bed, right, doing my thing. I was texting some people. They were mainly some females, just trying to shoot my shot. And my buddy calls me up, and now at first I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. Let's see what he wants, right? And so I answer the phone and he's like, "Hey man, you want to hang out?" And I'm like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. That sounds cool." And so he's like, "I bet. I'll come pick you up." I'm like, "Cool, see you soon." And so he fucking voice crack. He fucking gets to my place, right? And he is instantly just like, "Yo, man, we gonna go get food or do we just want to hang out?" I'm like, "Honestly, bro, I am down for whatever." He's like, "Yeah, same." And he's like, "But I have to go to the gas station." And I'm like, "All right, bet. If you have to go to the gas station, we'll just start there." So we go to the gas station, right? And he pulls up to the pump to get gas. And I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna get a few energy drinks for work. Um, and I'm gonna go get some beverages to get hydrated, if you know what I mean." And he's like, "Okay, for sure, man." And so I go inside, and fucking the second I walk in, there's this woman who looks like she's just always on hard drugs, right? And she's walking towards me, okay? And I was raised to be a polite young man, and so I start holding the door open thinking that she's going to leave. And oh man, I could not have been more wrong, right? Instead, what happened was she had asked me, all right, what had happened was she'd come up to me and she's like, "Excuse me, sir." And I'm like, uh oh. Nothing good ever comes from a sentence that starts with, "Excuse me, sir." Okay? I've been in trouble a lot in my days, and I can honestly say nothing good comes of a sentence that starts with, "Excuse me, sir." So I'm like, oh God, what did I do? I don't think I know this lady. And she goes, "I need some help." And I was like, "Okay, what kind of help do you need?" And she goes, "Well, I need help covering cab fare." And I'm like, "Oh, um, okay. Well, that's not really something that I can help you with. I don't really have a ton of cash, or any cash for that matter. I wasn't going to imply that I was about to pay with card because then she would have had me use the ATM. And listen, I don't like using the ATM around complete strangers. And I'm like, I don't really have a lot of cash, um, or any cash. So, I mean, I wish I could help. I really do, but I don't have money. Like, um, I've got like a few bucks. And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. The cab fare is only gonna cost like $8." I was like, "Ma'am, I barely have like five." And she goes, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "So what are you doing here then?" I'm like, "Well, I just came to buy an energy drink." And she goes, "Can you walk me home?" I'm like, you know, typically I would help somebody out, but ma'am, I don't know you. And I shit you not, she goes, "Well, I'm Peaches." And I'm like, oh fuck. Because for those of you who might not know where I live, um there is a uh there's a woman who commits acts for money, and her name is Peaches, and she's pretty well known in the area, I feel like. And I'm like, oh shit. And she goes, "I see you walking all the time. You're walking that way." And she pointed in a completely wrong direction. And also, I wasn't walking. uh I had rode to this gas station with my friend, but I'm not about to tell her that. Because like I I don't know her. Like I'm not gonna just be like, yeah, come on, get in my friend's car. You know, that's not very chill. I feel like my friend would be like, yeah, that's not a good idea. How could you? Why would you think that that was a good idea? And I'm like, oh well, I'm not really going that way. Like I said, I'm just here to get an energy drink, and then I'm gonna keep on going. And she's like, okay, well, there's a man outside in a truck. And at this point, I'm like, all right, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Let's hear her out. And she's like, there's a man outside in a truck. And he says that he's a cab, but I don't trust him. And I'm like, okay, um, I don't, I don't really know, what to tell you. And, she's like, well, can you just get your energy drink and then like come outside? Just get your drink and come outside. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay, sure. Um and so like she leaves the gas station, right? And like the second she does, like I look out the door and I see her standing like at the door, right? And I go to the bathroom, right? And I call my buddy and I'm like, "Hey man." He goes, "Hey, did you get your stuff?" And I'm like, "No, listen, there's a complication." He goes, "What kind of a complication?" I was like, "Do you see the woman at the door?" My buddy who has also lived in the same town as me has heard of Peaches, never met her before. And I'm like, "Yo, dude, you see the woman at the door?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, what about her?" I'm like, "That's Peaches." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's legit Peaches." And he goes, "Okay. Uh what should I do?" And I'm like, "Okay, listen. Just take the car, meet me at the street like behind the gas station, right? Cuz I told her I was walking. And I wasn't going to like get into his car and then have her be like, "Oh, well, can I get in your car?" Like that wasn't going to happen, right? Like we weren't about to let that happen. And my buddy is like, "Oh yeah, for sure, man." And at that fucking second, the bathroom door opens and a guy walks in. And it's not a very big bathroom, but like I'm still on the phone with my buddy. So then like this guy in the bathroom thinks that I'm talking to him and my buddy like is on the other end of the phone. But I'm not about to fucking tell this guy that, right? Cuz that would just be weird. So uh we both leave the bathroom together and just kind of go our separate ways. And then I get outside, and Peaches is like, "Yeah, there's that white man still over there in that truck, and I don't really trust them white men." And like, listen, you can trust or not trust somebody, I don't care. But if you're gonna say that, maybe don't say that to the 21-year-old white boy that you just asked for fucking help. Um, but yeah, I'm like, okay. And I like start walking over to where my buddy's supposed to meet me. And my buddy, you know, he's in the car. We're still on the phone at this point. And my buddy's in the car and he's like, "Do I need to go? Do I need to get the gun?" I'm like, "Dude, why is your first instinct always to shoot someone?" He goes, "Well, one of these days my instinct is going to be right." And I'm like, "I don't know that you can just like tell a jury that you had an instinct to shoot someone. I don't think that defense holds up. But like, listen, man, you do you." But I told him, I'm like, "No, it's fine. It'll be fine. We've got this, right?" And so fucking we get to his car and then like we're leaving and she's just like, I swear to God, she was staring into my soul as we were leaving, right? It was the most awkward shit. But yeah, I mean, we got away from that gas station and I'm back home now. I'm playing Halo and recording this video. So, everything ended fine. Uh but yeah, guys, I guess if there was a moral to this story, it would have to be You know what? I don't even know what the moral of the story would be. I just like this just happened, and I was like, this would be an entertaining story to tell. So here we are. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Maybe there will be more stories of other stuff in the future. I don't know. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great night. Take care.